Good evening, traders. This is Mike Rabinowitz from MR Strategies. I have been out for the last 2.5 weeks or so, and I wanted to get back on board and take a look at what has been happening over these last few weeks. I think the last time that I was on board, we were talking about the Dow and 35,000, and so many times we've topped out over here, right here on your daily chart. And you got that huge sell off last week, or I think, yeah, you got it last week. And basically, all the markets did the same thing. They jammed themselves all the way down to the 50 MA, and that was it. They didn't even want to challenge it. They ran away from it and exploded and rammed them all the way right back to the highs. I think what you're going to see is I think you want to take advantage of the exhaustion up here. I think the market's pretty stretched out. We're getting to the tail end of the summer, and like once again, this market is so priced to perfection that you got to expect the market to get a little extended at these higher levels. Above 4,400 in the ES, and the same with 35,000 in the Dow. The Nasdaq, I'd keep an eye on the Nasdaq. I'd like to see what the Nasdaq's going to do. If they start to roll over, you want to pay attention to it. You can see right now they're challenging their 9 and their 18. So you got to pay attention to whether or not they hold this level right near around 14.8. Let's just call it 14.840. Keep an eye on that for the rest of this week. And then this trend line right here at 14.7. If we start rolling over here, I would watch for the same thing to start developing. It's usually the NASDAQ first. They usually start to take off if they're going to roll over, and then eventually the Dow and the ES will follow suit. So I would keep an eye on that. Once again, it's really about the market getting a little extended at these higher highs. You know, you remain in a bull trend, and stopping at the 50 MA was proof all the way across the board. In the ES, we got down to about 42.30, 42.20, and the Dow came down to 13.6. I actually thought it got lower, but I might be wrong. So, these are these hard bounces, yeah, because they're just not ready to give it up. But and they're taking advantage of these sell-offs to jump on the value, and they're just ramming them up so fast that they're kind of leaving you with not much of a not many opportunities up here. So pay attention to it. I would really pay attention to whether or not price starts to get exhausted up here, and look for the opportunity for the shorts at these higher extremes. But make sure you get confirmation. I'm not saying that this market can't continue to push up a little higher. It most certainly can, and it probably will. But it's going to be whether they can sustain those levels, and that's what you're going to want to pay attention to. They can mark it up and run it up all they want. Question is, will they hold them? So that's kind of where we're at all the way across the board in all these markets. So pay close attention to it. Obviously you want to trade with the trend, and this today was a really nice day. You got a pretty good sell off today, and we came pretty close. I believe that we filled. There was a gap, I believe. I thought it went a little further. I thought it got down. It was around 62, but maybe 65 was a little closer to it. So that little gap was filled, and this is the big area right in here. So you want to play fairly close attention when we get to that. You can see these two MAs right here sitting at about 57 and 52 in this ballpark. I believe a close underneath this price point is probably going to set this thing to the downside, and it'll start pushing those lower levels again, which are 50 MA now at 42.65. But I would pay attention to 43.50. That would be the area I'd watch. You can see they just rammed them down to this level, and they spent the rest of the day climbing back up. So once again, they're just not ready to give it up, but you can just see that they are taking advantage of these highs in this 4,400 area. I think the market's be pretty hard pressed to get above this 4410 and this 4417 area. But like I said, let them prove let them prove it. You know, my logic is always to take advantage of extensions on either side of the market, which is whether it's overbought or oversold. You're in a bull market, you want to take advantage of any buying opportunity you can get. And those are all usually going to be, like if you take a look, let's take a look at today, and you can just see how well it played out to the support levels. I believe we pressed them all the way down to well beyond S3, if I'm not mistaken. And the numbers were really tight today, probably due to a tight range on Friday. So, we took it out. Um, Actually, S3 was way up there. And, they went down and they filled the gap and spent most of the day just, trying to get back some of the losses that they incurred throughout the trading session. So let's just see what happens tomorrow. Um, that's probably about it. I will elaborate and touch base a little more on this. I just got back. I'm just going over this right now and showing you guys what's been going on. I think we were pretty much in the same area when I left. We were pressing 35,000 in the Dow, and the ES was also trying to get up, but you can start seeing this little top out process in the Dow. It's a big number, 35,000. Can we get above it or hold it? I just don't know. I just think we're kind of getting a little exhausted, but don't take my word for it. The market's going to dictate. Let them decide what they want to do. So this is it for today's the 27th of July. And, for those of you who have been watching me and paying attention to some of my analysis, but I've been in the process of going live. And I really love your feedback on this and or an email so I can sign you up if you guys be interested in coming into the room and participating in the live demonstration. I'd be honored to share my knowledge and what I've been kind of putting forward throughout my videos on YouTube and LinkedIn and all these other sites. So, once again, please reach out to me, mlbino@aol.com, and let me know if you have any interest. And just give me an email so I can put it on a mailing list and set it up when I do open up the room, probably in the next few weeks or so. I'm just working out the kinks right now. So, hope all you guys had a great weekend. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Take care.